This is hot yoga there. This is very hot yoga. Right, so we have got, 2 seconds to get started. So this is Flex 15. So this is our new Flex sequence. Just started just a few weeks ago. So as always, we've got a little flow. It's going to start off with some plank-based work. We'll work into some balance and lunge, and then come around to core and wild cards at the end. So yeah, there's lots of work on strength, on balance and coordination. So do remember, you're welcome to take it at your own pace, work at your own level anytime. So just working in whatever level suits you. You don't really need any props for this today. So just grab yourself, grab a mat, anything you need, and that's about it really. So I think we'll get started in, I've lost my timer, about 30 seconds or so. So yeah, thanks very much for joining. Other thing to remember is if you fancy some of our R1SE tunes, you can find them on Spotify or the links on Facebook as well. So you can just search R1SE Flex 15 on Spotify and you'll get the link to the tracks for this, this sequence. All right. So when you're ready, if you want to start to think about coming on down, and we've just got a minute to get started. So you're welcome to scroll around, anything you need to do. If you're just starting to get ready to chill out, maybe thinking about bringing the hips to the heels, letting the spine extend long, the shoulders relax, and just starting to take a few moments to breathe, to relax. Bring yourself into your practice, onto your mat. Maybe just taking a moment to start to still the mind, see if you can bring yourself into the present, into the here and now. Maybe see if you can let go of any busy thoughts, anything you don't need in the mind, and bring the awareness towards the breath. So just slow down and prepare. And that's us getting started just there. So you're all super welcome on into Flex 15. We're starting off here in a child's pose. Knees out wide towards the edges of the mat, big toes together, hips down to heels, and starting to feel the whole of the spine extend. So from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, feeling that beautiful full extension through the spine. Inhale. Feeling that breath in the back body and the side body. And exhale, letting the chest sink through the arms, the shoulders relax down the back. Starting to see if you can find a steady rhythm with the breath, a steady flow. And just taking 3 more really deep, full breaths in. And out. New oxygen, new energy, powering up. Letting go of anything you don't need. Taking 1 more really deep, full inhale. Exhale. Perfect. From there, grounding down with the hands, roll your way up and finding your way to a table pose. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Remember, the fingers are spread out wide, pointed fingertips facing forwards, grounding down into the fingertips, into the second knuckle. So you're trying to energize the hands, and that's going to protect the wrists. From there, pressing really hard with the hands into the mat, squeezing the abdominals in tight. And when you're ready, let's go cat-cow. So inhale, let the gaze lift, rolling the shoulders down the back. And exhaling to arch, stretchy, squeezing in the core. So starting to find that flow. Inhaling, opening up. And exhale, finding your way back to that cat and cow. So we're just moving with the breath, finding that lovely flow and undulation through the spine, using the abdominals to support that movement. Find that space. Start to see if you can let the breath follow movement, the movement follow breath. Taking 1 more inhale and exhale. And from there, we're just going to creep the hands forwards, bring the forehead down towards the mat, letting the fingertips walk out in front of you, and finding our way into a lovely puppy pose. Hips above the knees, inhaling. And exhaling, letting the chest sink down between the arms, the underarms stretch out, the shoulders relax down the back, the eyes and the jaw and the face soften. Deep inhale. Exhale, really opening up, finding space. Taking one more breath in and down. And from there, just roll your way back up to a table pose, hands underneath the shoulders. And from there, we're just going to work into some wrist strength. So starting off, we're just going to lift the heels of the hands
Your left hand and left foot together. You might have that left heel in the bum, you might want to keep it away from the bum. We're thinking about the hips moving forwards, awesome, looking great at home. Finding that stretch through the quad, really challenging the balance, building strength. 3. In. Exhale, start to think about that transition to wild thing. 2. And 1, left foot drops, and power the hips up high, reaching up, extending up, wild thing. Balancing on with both feet and the right hand. If you're feeling it, you might have a go. Really slowly, carefully hooking that right foot over left, finding that funky little box, wild thing variation. Squeeze the lift, working here for 3, or hang them in there. Keep lifting, 2, and 1. Find your way back to plank. Hands underneath the shoulders, using the toes, move the body weight forwards, bending through the elbows, low plank. Inhaling up dog, and exhaling away. Downward facing dog, stretching up high with the hips, take a deep breath in. And we're going to jump to an L sit, take a little bend of the knees, look to the hands, take a hop, step or jump to seated.
And we're going to send both legs out in front of us there. Starting off, we're just going to take a little preparatory double leg forward fold. So inhale, reaching up tall, angling the body forward, and we're going to stretch out, finding a double leg forward fold. So remember, we're hinging at the hips. Inhale, moving the body weight forwards, lengthening forwards. Exhale, letting the body relax and release down. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale to extend and lengthen. Exhale, relaxing down. Remember, it's a forward and then a downward movement. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. From there, come on up, squeeze the core, flex the feet, angle the body forwards, plant the hands halfway between the hips and the knees, press really hard with the hands into the mat, lift the hips off the mat, and then we're going to take that to a reverse table. So we're pressing reverse table, squeezing the glutes, and squeezing the core, keeping the hips off the mat, L sit. So if you just want to take a reverse table, lift and lower, you're very welcome to. If you can, we're squeezing in the core, moving forwards and backwards, powering up at the top, working here for 5, moving with control, try not to rush it. 4, hang on in there, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, great job. 2, almost there. Press on up. And 1, all right, cross the legs, find your way back to plank. Just 1 more little challenge to go in this plank sequence. We're going to take press up, so hands underneath the shoulders, strong through the core. From there, we're going to bend the elbows, lower down to low plank. Press back up, take the hands out wide, bend the elbows, press back up. Hands back under the shoulders, little bend of the elbows, strong core, and back, and take it wide. Little bend of the elbows, and press back up. 1 more time, little bend of the elbows, strong core, pressing up. Final time, take it wide, little bend of the elbows, press back up. Great job, and stretch straight back, downward facing dog. Hips up high, thinking about spreading the fingers out wide. Make sure the pointer finger is facing forwards, squeezing in the core. Really lift, extend, inhale. Exhale, letting the chest relax down, taking a moment, taking a breath, inhale. Exhale. From there, we're going to look to the hands, jump to the standing at the front of the mat. So inhale, drop, hop forwards. Inhale, long flat back. Exhale, fold. Grounding down with the feet, root to rise, lift, extend, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving into our balance sequence, we're going to start off, going to sink down into a chair pose. So weight into the heels, strong through the core, sending the hips out behind us. Hands to the sky, if that feels comfortable, firming the upper arms in. And when you're ready, starting to sink the hips all the way down, finding your way to a toe stand. So the knees are moving forwards, the core is engaged, the chest is lifted. We're going to hold here for just 1 breath and then move back up to a chair and then back down to a toe stand. So we're working on transitions here, taking a deep inhale. Exhale, and then when you're ready with control, lifting up, heels drop, hands to the sky, squeeze the core. Make sure you're sinking low with the hips. Imagine that you could sweep the fingertips along the mat, but make sure you're bringing the knees over the ankles, squeezing the glutes. 3, well done, prepare to move back down. 2, 1, dropping the hips, moving the knees forwards, having a little play with that transition. Great job. 3, almost there. We've got 1 more after this. 2, 1, and up we come. Really power down. Feel that strength in the legs. Feel the core help you out as you move up and down. 3, almost there. 2, 1, and down we come. Hips to heels, knees move forwards. Lift up, challenge that balance. Working here for 3, almost there. Squeeze the core, lift up. 2, and 1. From there, we're going to jump the feet apart and find our way into a yogi squat. So we're going to take the hands to heart center, thinking about taking the knees out wide, inhale, and exhale, left hand plants, right hand reaches up to the sky, so we're opening out through the chest, stretching out through the heart, and we're using this left forearm to gently press the left hip open. Taking a moment, taking a breath, inhale, exhale, and transition, swapping sides, right hand plants, left hand lifts, opening out through the heart space, pressing the right forearm into the inside of the right leg, opening out through the chest for 3, well done, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back to heart center, drop the heels, rise on up, and we're finding our way into a wide chair. We're just going to hold here, inhale, exhale, sinking the hips down behind us, squeezing in the core for 3, shoulders down the back, really powering into the glutes, the quads, find that depth, 2, and 1, inhale, lift, and exhale, come back through center. Right foot grounds, moving into a warrior 3. So we're going to extend the left foot out behind us, keeping the hips square, scissoring the inner thighs together, pointing the left toes, really focus on length and stretch. Inhale, exhale. So we're finding our T-shaped balance. We're finding that strength in the right quad. Imagine you're drawing the right hip backwards, the right quad engaged. Take a moment, take a breath, inhale. And exhale, moving into standing half moon. So we're dropping the left hand down to the mat, or of course, if you prefer, to a brick, and starting to find a rotation, flexing out with that right foot, lifting the right hand up to the sky, and really focus on power and lift, squeezing in the abdominals. So we're balancing on the right hand and right foot. We're finding stretch and flexibility in the inside and back of the right leg, and kick, 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 opening out through the heart, working here for 3. What we're going to do next, we're going to bring the left knee up, kick out in front of us, and we're going to transition between standing half moon and an extended leg. 2, and 1, left knee lift, strong through the core, catch that balance, hands to the sky, staying there, or if you can, we're going to kick out with that left foot. Try not to lean backwards, but use the muscles of the legs, squeeze the core, shoulders down, hold it there. 3, really kick, 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 lift. 2, and 1, we're going to take it back to standing half moon. So we're going to bring the right hand back down, left hand and left foot kick, extend, open out through the heart, really engaging the muscles of the legs. 3, and we're going to bring up again in 2, and 1, left knee lifts, hang on in there, find that balance, squeezing in the core, really reach and stretch, and maybe kicking up that left foot, power, 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 strong through the core. 3, really lift, shoulders back, power up. 2, 1 final time, that leg probably starting to burn, balancing right hand, right foot, really kick and extend and lengthen, and we're going to take it to triangle next, so hang on in here, keep kicking, keep lengthening. 3, really power into that left foot. 2, and 1, float it back. Landing with the left foot facing the long side of the mat, right foot forwards, adjusting the legs if you need to, heel to inner arch alignment, both legs are straight, hips and shoulders facing the long side of the mat, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, and start to move the body weight forwards, keeping that front leg straight if you can, and then rotating, windmilling the hands open, left hand to the sky, right hand is facing the earth. Make sure you're not sticking the butt out behind you or leaning forwards, but focus on opening and stretching. Power into the outer edge of that left foot, engage the muscles of the legs, so feel the quads lift, opening out, stretching, working here for 3, inhale, exhale, 2, and 1. Finally, we're going to revolve this. So we're going to float and up, take hands to hips. We're going to step the left foot further to the left side of the mat, maybe the right foot closer to the midline of the mat, strong through the core, squaring the hips, inhale, and exhale, start to fold forwards, drawing the right foot and the right hip backwards, keep powering into the outer edge of that left foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, fold. You're very welcome to stay here. If you can, we're going to take the left hand to the mat, and we're going to start to rotate. So start to feel the right hip move backwards, start to draw the left hip under, the left rib cage under the right hip to the sky, and if it feels comfortable, you're lifting that right hand up to the sky as well, finding a revolved triangle. So we're thinking about drawing both hips in line, squeezing in the core. Should feel a really intense stretch down the back of that right leg. Working there for 3, inhale, exhale, opening and stretching. 2, 1 more breath, inhale, and exhale, plant the hands, step back, find downward facing dog. Stretching up high with the hips, take a moment, just let yourself reset, maybe give the head a little shake, a little nod, feel the spine extend, deep inhale, exhale, 1 more breath, and from there bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, long flat back, stretching out. Exhale to fold. Grounding down with the feet, root to rise, lifting and stretching up, reaching up tall, And bring the hands to heart center. All right, we're going to take that all on the second side. So we're going to start off with a warrior 3. So spreading the left toes out, prepare to get that left leg really fired up. Make sure the quad is engaged. Remember, you're drawing the left hip back slightly and start to seesaw forwards. Imagining you're drawing the inner thighs together. This right glute is engaged. There's one long line from toes to head. Really stretch and extend. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Finding length. Working there for 3. So inhale for length. Really start to feel that balance here. 2, remember, think about where you're going next. It's going to be a standing half moon. So we're going to move to left hand and left foot. 1 more breath in and out. Let's go. Left hand plants to the mat. Taking the right hand to the right hip, start to rotate through the hip. So imagine you're drawing the left hip under, flexing or pointing that right foot. It's going to help activate the muscles of the leg. So really stamp out or point out, and that's going to help you activate and lift that right leg. Thinking about drawing the heart to face the long side of the mat and then lifting that right hand up to the sky if it feels comfortable. Remember, you can use a brick if you like under that left hand, squeezing in the core, really intense stretch right down the back of that left leg and maybe through the hip as well. So we're going to flow it, if you remember, up and down. We're going to be here another 3. So preparing to lift that right knee up, 2. And 1 really careful transition. These transitions great for strengthening abdominals and legs, moving, balance, strong through the core. Right foot lifts and maybe that right foot kicks out. Really lift, 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 squeeze. So imagine it's the contraction of the abdominals that's lifting that right thigh up. 3. Deep breaths in and out. Try not to lean backwards. 2. And 1, let's come on back. So careful transition, landing that left hand with control, reaching up high with the right hand and the right foot, stretching and opening out through the heart. Try to feel like you're bringing fingertip as far away from fingertip as you can, kicking away from the midline of the body. Deep breaths in